In this short video, we'll introduce XojoApp, the desktop edition, for creating Mac and Windows application using the Xojo programming environment. XojoApp consists of several reusable components that are going to be applicable to almost any type of application. And some of these are going to be demonstrated with some sample applications that are included with XojoApp, along with the user guide that provides reference information tutorials. The drawing set of components allow you to create horizontal and vertical palettes for selecting different tools, and the ability to create vector drawing objects. And you have pagination, scrollability, all the different kinds of things that you'd want to do in a drawing tool. There's a flexible programmatic grid control that's demonstrated by this sample application. There's also a plain text editor that demonstrates the ability to manipulate, edit, save, and open very large text files. There are a number of different types of charts and graphs that are all supported by the graphics tool there, and a very fast XML class for reading and writing large XML files. So this sample application demonstrates some of the components for doing vector drawing. We have a toolbar across the top where we can open and save documents that we create as XML files, and some palette of tools along the left-hand edge. So we can use those tools to create different objects on the diagram. Everything is scalable. We can, if we want to change different characteristics of those objects, for example, here we'll change the fill color of an object. Instead of yellow, maybe we'll fill it with a green color instead, or the outline color of an object. We can demonstrate the undo, redo command structure that's implemented by this tool. The programmable grid control is very popular since it can be used in so many different types of applications. A grid is essentially a set of columns and a set of rows with data in the cells. The data can be various kinds of things, including pictures or text. There's various cell types. For example, this is just static data. This is editable data where the user can click in it and type something into the cell. Here we have a cell type that pops up a little pop-up menu where the user can make a choice, or a combo box where they can either type data or make a choice. Here they can set checkboxes within this cell or radio buttons in this cell. Here's a slider control that actually affects another cell. Everything is programmatic so that you can, for example, change the number of columns, the number of rows, manipulate the data within the grid. The data can be stored locally or in some external document. You can hide or show various rows. For example, we're going to make row 3 invisible or visible again, or column 3 invisible or visible again. We have a header row across the top which we can have visible or hide it, and likewise the header column along the left hand edge can be hidden or visible. So this sample application demonstrates a component for handling very large plain text. Of course, you can do cut, copy, paste, typing of information, and there's various commands here that show how you can programmatically affect the text component with wrapping, fonts, bold, color, and so on. There's a charting component where you can programmatically control the data displayed within the graph or chart, as well as the formatting used to present that data. This sample application demonstrates a very simple XML class where you can read and write virtually any kind of data as an XML string or file. The beauty of this component is it can handle extremely large data sets and it's very fast. I hope you've enjoyed this quick introduction to some of the components in the desktop edition of XojoApp. You can learn more at excelsoftware.com. And on the Xojo page, you'll find information about the desktop and the iOS edition of XojoApp, as well as some other protection licensing tools and other tools that can be used by Xojo developers.